On to South African politics now. The step-aside rule is expected to top the agenda at the ANC NEC meeting that is underway. According to this rule, party members facing criminal charges must step aside voluntarily. There is a wide speculation about whether Secretary-General Ace Magashule will be told to step down. He's facing charges of fraud and racketeering. eNCA's Aviwe Mtila is covering that meeting for us, and he joins us now live. Aviwe, we've been talking about this for a while, and it's still our question. I mean, the step-aside resolution was made in Nasrec in 2017. Have you heard anything about what's expected in the agenda, and if this part of, the ANC's woes will form part of that agenda?
We hear that it's part of the discussions of the heated NEC meeting. It's a three-day meeting that's expected to wrap up today, so the last day today, and we're expecting the party then to come out and tell us exactly what they deliberated on. It'll be interesting to find out who will do that briefing. Is it the SG, ANC SG, Ace Magashule, or the president? Because you'd understand they are an opposing factions, which we hear and have been quite heated. There are reports, of course, in the media, Eyewitness News, mentioning that former President Thabo Mbeki has called for the strengthening of the SG's office, who we understand, he says, has been weakened over the years. He mentioned that it's the glue that holds the party together, but of late, that's not the case. You understand that the ANC SG is facing charges of in the asbestos matter in Bloemfontein, and it's one of the issues that we understand him being asked to step aside. But of course, we hear the faction that supports him says that he will not be the only one to go down. He's not going to go down alone if that's the case. A heated meeting, Maseko, that we understand talks far away from the unity that's time and again has been called by the president of the party, and the renewal of the party, seeing that the party itself has suffered electoral decline since 2009. Will it be able to renew? Lukhona Mnguni, a political analyst, seems to think that won't be the case. Let's listen on to that.
The president has been doing something quite curious in recent times, making it open to the public when he delivers the closing remarks of an NEC meeting or a lehutla of the...
Is that a power play?
It's a power play, but it's also a position of weakness on him. He is trying to buy the public into his agenda to try and demonstrate that at least Nindibone, I am fighting. I am trying to fight, but I'm fighting in the midst of muddied waters, and I'm not making progress. So he's trying to insulate himself from the deficiencies and the failures of the ANC. He can't. And when you talk about renewal, Tembele, by the way, getting rid of Ace Magashule is not organizational renewal. It's simply removing a symptom of what has caused the ANC to find itself where it is. Organizational renewal is about the ANC rethinking how it behaves as an organization on electing people, for example. At Nasrec, the Eastern Cape was saying one member, one vote, so that you eliminate this issue of branches sending delegates who can be influenced with money and otherwise, or can undermine the mandate that they've been given by the branches. So all members must have a single vote when it comes to leadership. That would be organizational renewal.
Well, Aviwe, it's the elective conference of the ruling party next year, and we've seen the deepening factionalism within that party, especially when the ANC SG went to court, and again when the former president Jacob Zuma refused to adhere to a court ruling, a constitutional court ruling. What is Lukhona Mnguni saying about the factionalism within the party?
Well, it's laid bare. It's ongoing in the NEC meeting right now. Two sides of the factions pulling apart, really, when we hear that the party in itself is supposed to be united. But, of course, these factions have been there going into even the 2017 elective conference. Just moments after that top six was announced, we heard the ANC SG, Ace Magashule, telling ANC members basically that he's giving them only 5 years. The current leadership that he's also part of is giving it 5 years. And in fact, the party will then go back to its rightful owners, we hear. So that factionalism is still continuing, and of course, it's hampering the elections and the prospects of the party, which we know that the electoral decline has been there time and again. Of course, you can expect them to be laid bare in the ongoing meeting, something that Ongama Mtimka thinks is currently happening. Let's listen to that.
The politics of it is that you are heading towards a conference of the party, and each of the camps needs to strengthen their hold on power while weakening their opponents. so that they, one, on the part of the camp of President Cyril Ramaphosa, they secure his second term. On the part of Ace Magashule, they do what he promised his supporters they would do immediately after the Nazareth conference, that it's going to be 5 years and they will take back the ANC to its rightful owner. So that's the politics of the issue.